Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about the 3 stocks that led to my $100,000 plus day today on Robinhood. Those 3 are SNDL, SLV, and AG. All right, so we have a lot to unpack with this one, guys. Let's just get straight into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. So you guys, this one's going to be a pretty direct analysis, but we're not only going to go on the charts because I did actually do 2 pretty comprehensive analyses in the newsletter that I wrote this morning. So we will actually kick it off with that. So one, SunDial growers, will go over SunDial, take a look at the chart, but of course, once we get down to the chart, we will take a look at the actual chart, of course. Why would we just look at that? But we'll read through this because a lot is going on in regard to these stocks aside from fundamentals and price action, as many of you know. So I want to give you guys my thoughts on what's going on in regard to these stocks prior to looking at the technicals. The technicals look great. I'm excited to cover price action and price targets with you guys, but we definitely need to get a fundamental idea, like a non-fundamental idea of what's going on, what's behind these crazy rallies and this crazy price action. All right, so we'll move down here onto silver. So same silver. I'm going to bring up the chart for silver. So this is not SLV, but silver and iShares Silver Trust. SLV is a silver trust, so that means that it's very closely correlated with silver itself. So I usually just make all my markups on silver, so we're just gonna look at that, but keep in mind they're pretty much the same thing. And then we'll close it out with my single favorite silver mining stock, been my favorite one for a long time. You guys can go back like a year ago. I did a review on AG, First Majestic Silver. I love this stock, and this thing went absolutely ballistic this morning. We will take a look at it on the charts, of course. And again, just get an idea of what's going on with these crazy stocks that again led me. I was up. I closed the day. At one point, if you guys would just watch the video I just posted, at one point I was up almost $700,000, and then closed off the day at 125K. So if you guys haven't watched that video, I definitely recommend checking it out. Just my thoughts on that whole situation, the Robinhood situation. It's all chill, you guys. This is a game. It's fun. Have fun with it, okay? But that said, I'm excited to talk to these about these. Excited to talk about these. I just finished recording the other video, guys. Sorry if I stumble over my words a little bit. Been talking for a long time. So we will go over these. I'm excited to talk price action and whatnot with you guys on TradingView. Go over some of these fundamentals once again. But before we do, you guys, as always, I will ask you to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Or if you're invested in any of these plays, if you're eating good with me, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, want to catch more content like this, pretty much daily uploads, at least every weekday, that is. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter if you want one of these bad boys in your inbox every trading day during market hours. Along with the email newsletter, I of course do update my entire portfolio. It's a complete list of all call options, all put options, all stock positions, and again, I do update that every trading day. Send out a comprehensive newsletter explaining my thoughts, anything I'm trading, anything I think is cool with charts and whatnot. You guys will get a taste of that right now. So again, first link in the description if you want to check it out. $15 a month. If not, no worries at all though. Just keep watching the YouTube videos. I appreciate you. Okay, appreciate the time and attention for real. So again, we got to go over the fundamentals first, and then we'll dive in. SunDial growers. I'm honestly having a hard time articulating the way I feel about SNDL at the moment, but I'll do my best. Although trading has been halted on Robinhood, I believe SNDL will continue to appreciate in value, all things considered. Retail traders still want to trade, and we're still in the early innings of this retail rally uptrend, in my opinion. If not Robinhood, they will just move to other platforms like TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Webull, etc. I personally use TD Ameritrade for most of my stocks. This transition could also be great news for OTC stocks like ALYI and CWork. So this, I'm not going to get into this now. We will cover this in a future video, but I'm super pumped for this kind of exodus from Robinhood for ALYI because you can't buy OTC stocks on ALYI, but on a lot of other platforms you can. So very, very bullish there. That makes me even more excited about ALYI. From a purely technical perspective, we've broken out of the medium-term downtrend, and I think it's very likely that we'll go on to test the line of resistance on the overall long-term uptrend. This will take us roughly to $1.80 if we're able to achieve that over the coming weeks. So again, just going over what I did to my SunDial positions. I did take some profits this morning. Who knows? It could go up tomorrow. I'm just practicing responsible risk management. I still hold a pretty significant position there. But again, guys, please stay safe out there. This is a white swan event. It's very hard to predict how this will play out. So again, just looking at this, let's go back to the chart here. This just looks insane, you guys. Just SunDial was up, like over 100%. Just a stock being up over 100%. I guess right now, isn't that crazy? Just because of what's going on with GameStop, AMC, etc., all those plays. I honestly did not expect it to happen to SunDial, a play that I've held for a pretty long time now. But it happened. So I'm whatever, I'm cruising. I'm happy. So that said, we did see SunDial spike up. You can see it came back down in the second 4-hour candle after the spike up and perfectly tested this previous line of resistance on the downtrend starting on December 1st. So you can see it was in a pretty solid, like very obvious downtrend. Broke above that, did use that as support. I think it's very, I mean, we're in a breakout. We're breaking out in SunDial. I think it's very likely, if all goes accordingly, if they don't just legalize this, eliminate this stock off exchanges, which they better not. Like that would make me pissed off. But if all goes correctly, the technicals look great. I think this will once again test the long-term uptrend beginning in early November. You can see a pretty conservative uptrend at that. You can actually tilt a little more if you want to use this ultimate high, but I like to keep it conservative and use at least 2 touch points right here on this rally. So that would take us to, if we hit it, say February 10th, just as always, you guys, where I just randomly happen to draw this price target. If we hit it on February 10th, that would take us to about $1.80 SunDial. So from 80 cents, where we're at right now, that's a pretty sweet appreciation. Again, will it happen? I don't know. Always know, you guys, though, my money's on what I'm saying. So price target over the next couple weeks is $1.80 for SunDial. Moving on to silver. So let's go talk some silver. Silver's a weird one. Really didn't expect this. We always knew it was a matter of time for our old friend silver, but I never expected it to happen like this. Regardless, my iShares Silver Trust, it's a tough one. iShares Silver Trust, SLV, and First Majestic Silver AG calls are the primary driver behind today's sustained gain. So again, the SNDL, because SNDL actually did get halted trading today, that's why the calls like just spiked up super quick and then immediately sold off, because so much options trading is done on Robinhood, and when you can't trade a stock, when you can't buy stock, you eliminate that, you eliminate the market for it, right? So, but iShares Silver Trust, iShares SLV over the course of the day did very well, and First Majestic Silver did very well as well. And they actually performed over the course of the day. They dipped a little bit, but they closed out the day great. I've been bullish. You guys know I have many videos talking about why I like silver from a fundamental perspective, from a macroeconomic perspective. I am a macro trader. I love silver. I love the silver trade. And again, it did me real well today. So my short-term price target for silver is $27.50. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I think it's highly likely, though, that we see a breakout beyond that, considering all the fundamental momentum that it has behind it. Although I do remain optimistic, I reduce all silver positions. So once again, reduce them by about 15% just to practice responsible risk management. That's so important, you guys, especially if you're seeing gains right now. Just take a little bit off the table, even if you're still bullish. Even if you're still bullish on a position, you think it's going to go up, just take a little bit off the table. The more you can play with house money, the better. Again, just be responsible. That said, I remain extremely bullish on silver in both the short and long term, and these calls are now the single largest position in my entire portfolio. So I'm very bullish on silver. I've been bullish on silver. Now with all this momentum and hype behind it, I'm that much more bullish on silver. I think silver could long term easily hit $50, but short term, let's check out silver. So silver, I think it's so likely. You see a lot of lines drawn here. So silver, I think it's extremely likely that you guys can see here, silver has been correcting for a long time. So silver is actually in a long-term technical downtrend beginning way back in August, at the beginning of August. So it has its touch point at its yearly high around $30 here back in August. Second touch point right here pretty recently on January 5th, that created the line on the overall downtrend. And I think it's very likely that we at least come up to test the line on this downtrend around 27.50, but I think it's highly likely that we just absolutely break through that. Let's actually go to the daily on silver. So like silver I'm so medium to long-term bullish on silver as well, but the short term is now looking that much more promising. So let's see what's going on here. So silver, I think it's very likely actually that we ultimately come up to test, where is it? So this green line, I do believe is likely to come into play just because it acted all the way back since the liquidity crisis in March over the course of this rally. Of course, excluding this all-time, like these crazy highs in this parabolic rally. Excluding that, it's inevitable that this has acted as both an area of support and resistance. So I really like to see that. I do believe that if we do break this, we'll probably rally to test this area. But again, I believe silver can hit $50. So we'll probably come up to this area around $32.50, set a new yearly high, I should say. And I think if we were able to break that yearly high, that really releases the bulls, and that initiates that another parabolic rally potentially. Okay, so if we break this trend line right here, set a new high, I think it's very likely that we come up to ultimately test the long-term trend line, the first high from the March liquidity crisis, the high of $30 in August, and using those two as points points of reference for this long-term trend line. That would take us to $60. This cyan line right here is silver's previous high, all the way from back in 2011. So silver is not at its all-time high. Gold is. The gold-silver ratio is very in favor of silver right now. Just another reason I like silver fundamentally. So silver has so much going for it. The money printing, I mean, it's a safe haven asset. It's got the hype of the Redditors behind it, and I mean, I'm so stoked to be invested in silver right now, because I seriously think we could see a $60 silver like very, very soon. Okay, so that is silver. That's physical silver. Again, not physical silver, but it's a silver trust, so they pretty much hold your silver for you. That's their obligation as a company. But the silver mining company AG, my favorite play. That's my favorite play ever. I've actually held AG stock for like years. I love this company. I think it's very solid. So let's check out what the price action is doing. So as you can see here, just quickly breaking this down. I don't have much drawn here actually, just because I haven't gone. I didn't really do a comprehensive analysis on this morning. So we'll just do a little one right now. So obviously, I think you guys are seeing the same thing I am. I am using this as a trend line. So right here, since this over this long term, since the March lows, we saw a rally in silver up until August 3rd. We've corrected since then. I think it's very likely this long-term trend line on the upside, it comes back into play. Let's say it hits it not super late. Let's just call it March. So in a month, say we test this trend line, we do go parabolic in AG, which I think is super possible. We broke this uptrend. We're pretty much there. We reached a high of almost $20 this morning. I think it's very, very, very possible that over the next month we test this trend line on the overall uptrend. That would take us to $25 AG, and that's a super simple analysis right there, you guys. And these are my two favorite plays in the silver space. I'm happy I was able to share them with you. Newsletter group, I hope you can respect this. I hope you understand this. Again, it's rare I'll do this, but these are just two such exceptional stocks at the moment. I wanted to really give a fair, comprehensive breakdown on them. So again, I hope you all appreciated this. Please let me know if you did. Keep this one nice and short and sweet. I do see more upside potential for all of these, as I just stated. I do remain bullish, and I think there's a lot of potential upside for these plays in the near, medium term, and long term future. So very excited to see what happens. Obviously, the portfolio is going to be pretty pumped. So yeah, I hope you guys are thinking about getting involved. Of course, as always, this is not financial information. This is just my take. This is just my opinion. So always do your own research. Always make your own decisions, you guys, for real. And yeah, but let me know what you do. I always love learning from you guys. Always love talking shop with you guys. So I will catch you downstairs. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.